Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome to the first in a new series that I'm calling Fancy a Brew. For those who don't know, in England where I'm from, brew is a colloquial term for a cup of tea. So if you ask someone you fancy a brew, it means do you want a cup of tea. And obviously in the card gaming community, especially Magic, brew refers to making up a deck. You brew a deck or you net deck a deck. So double meaning, and the idea of this it's basically looking at decks which are a bit janky, which are a bit cobbled together. Can we get it to work? As opposed to obviously a lot of the decks I play are designed to win, if not necessarily be competitive. And then a lot of them are also decks that are out and about at the moment, which are popular at the moment. Whereas these ones are going to be ones which are, there's a card there, I want to build around it, and that's what we're doing today. And one of the features of Fancy a Brew will be that I do the deck tech before playing any of the games, so I can't say how good it's going to be or how it's done. Whereas generally my other videos, I do a bit of both. I'll record some gameplay, then record the deck tech, then record some more gameplay. So, what is the first Fancy a Brew about? And it is about a new card from Tarkir Dragonstorm called Call the Spirit Dragons. It is a 5-mana enchantment, one of each in Wooburg. It says dragons you control have indestructible. It says beginning of your upkeep for each colour, put a +1/+1 counter on a dragon you control of that colour. If you put a +1/+1 counters on 5 dragons this way, you win the game. So we're seeing, one, can we get the alternative win condition? Highly unlikely, because we do need 5 dragons. It's annoying, it doesn't say if you put 5 counters on dragons this way you win the game, because if we have multiple colour dragons we could end up putting 2 or 3 counters on each dragon. So and also if you have 5 dragons in play you're probably going to win anyway, and it's not like there's a huge amount of cheap dragons, not in standard anyway. If you played it in Brawl you could get away with changelings, but we're not playing it in Brawl. So, but can we get this out and just basically get a big indestructible board, and maybe can we get the alternative win condition? So obviously the deck is features around dragons, and we have quite a lot of them. We have Scavenger Regent. It's another new card from Tarkir. It's a 4-mana 4/4 flying with wall discard a card. Wall discard a card's always pretty powerful, especially in the late game, because if your opponent needs a top decker removal, then they're not going to have a card to discard. But it's Omen, and if you don't know, Omen is very similar to Adventure, apart from with Adventure you exile the card, you can play the non-Adventure side later. Omen, when you play the Omen, you then shuffle the card back into your library. So its Omen is Exude Toxin for 2 black and an X, and each non-dragon creature gets -X end of turn, so it does act as a sweeper as well, often a one-sided sweeper. Then we have Bonehaul Dragonstorm, which is just an insane card. 5-mana 5/5, Dinosaur Dragon, flying first strike. Beginning of our upkeep, exile the top 2 cards of our library. You may play them this turn. If you exile a land card this way, create a 3/1 red dinosaur creature token. If you exile a non-land card this way, create a treasure token. Then Bloomvine Regent, 5-mana 4/5 flyer. When this or another creature, another dragon we control enters, gain free life, and then claim territory as Omen. Is very similar to Cultivate, but instead of fetching 2 basic lands, it's 2 basic forests, but one into play tapped and one into our hand. Then we have Betor, Kin to All, which we have played as a Brawl commander. It's Abzan, 5/7 flying, and basically toughness matters. Beginning of our end step, if creatures we control have toughness 10 or greater, we draw a card. Then if they have toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature we control. Then if creatures we control have toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. And then Zergo and Ojutai is another 5-mana dragon, 4/4 flying haste, and it has hexproof as long as it entered this turn. And then whenever 1 or more tokens we control deal combat damage to a player, look at the top 3 cards of our library, put 1 into our hand and the rest in the bottom of the library in any order. Then we return those dragons. We may return one of those dragons to its owner's hand, so we can get in, attack. It has hexproof, we get card value, and then we can put it back to our hand if we want to. And obviously it's the same for all our other dragons as well. And then finally, 1 copy of Niv Mizzet Guild Pack, a 5-mana 6/6 flying, hexproof and multicoloured, and has our text box. We're not going to read out because it's not relevant for us. And finally, Meringue River Regent, a 6-mana 6/7 flyer. When it enters, we turn up to 2 other target non-land opponents to the owner's hand. So it's great to get rid of blockers or troublesome non-land opponents have. And its Omen is Catch on Coil, or Coil and Catch, 4-mana instant, draw 3 cards and discard a card. And Pseudo Dragon is Invasion of Tarkir. It's obviously it's an invasion. It's about for 2 mana. When it enters, reveal any number of dragon cards from a hand. If you do, this siege deals X damage, X plus 2 damage to any other target, where X is the number of cards ruled this way. So it can be 0. So by default, its floor is 2 mana, deal 2 to anything. But we have a lot of dragons, so it could be more. And then if we transform it, it becomes Defiant Thundermaw, a 4/4 flying trample. Whenever dragon we control attacks, it deals 2 damage to any target, and we have a lot of dragons. And rounding out our deck, we just have some pretty good stuff. 4 copies of Llanowar Elves, 4 copies of Up the Beanstalk, because a lot of our dragons are expensive, and then 4 copies of Overlord of the Hauntswoods to fix our mana and help us ramp as well. Land is janky, because we are 5 colours. We are primarily green, but we have some basic lands, and basically like 1 of each of the Surveil lands, and then basically Wastewood Verge and Husswood Verge for green mana, which lets us get black and white. And Commercial District, we have 2 of the Surveil lands and 1 Hedge Maze as well. So I've not played with this deck at all. I might tweak it during the gameplay, but this is, can we win? Can we get the alternative win condition? We do need 5 dragons on 5 dragons of basically different colours to win that way, but we do have 24 dragons plus 4 with invasion, so I don't know. Stay tuned and we'll see what it can do. So I'll see you all in the gameplay. Our opponent does go first. We have a very slow hand. 2 Call of the Spirit Dragons is not great, but we can turn 3 claim territory into a turn 4 Bone Horde. I think Heir Apparent. We need our Exude Toxins. We will Overlord instead of Bloom Vine. Will we? No, with well, there's Exude Toxins. We do need black mana. In fact, quite a lot of it. We'll claim territory, because that way we can definitely cast Bonehorde Dracosaur next turn. Couldn't even get a Call of Spirit Dragon. Obviously, the Dracosaur is a good blocker if it survives. The white, lot of exile. On Rabbit. Or, yeah, I imagine. I would love just an untapped black source. Well, we might get a treasure from the Dracosaur. We're down to 11. Right. Seeing as they can't attack with a huge amount, I am going to Niv. And Llanowar. And I'll hold back. And now I basically want to play out Heir Apparent. We do gain 3, that's alright. Well, there's another Dracosaur. Well, we will tap this. And then I suppose it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we do it for more? There's nothing else we can play out. Yeah, let's just do it for more. Because there's nothing else we can play out without it. And I don't have the way to buff their board. Don't need a third call. We don't have anything that triggers it. And our opponent scoops. Wow. Yeah, didn't expect it to be that easy, but we were lucky that we drew our Exude Toxin there, plus Scavenger Regent. So, yeah, pretty good. Opponent goes first. Ooh. I don't like this hand. Hopefully we can Invasion of Tarkir something. That'd be really good. Like that. Obviously I would like to draw some dragons. Well, a second invasion. I think we take down the show off. Exude Toxins would be really good. Yeah, we're in trouble. In fact, we are dead. Our opponent goes first, but we can land our elves, turn to Overlord. Which is always good fun. If our land our elves survives. Moors wear a bit of a reunion. What do they want to haste in? Oh, a tally. We can straight up just cast the Overlord, another Overlord next turn. Are they just going to zombify back a tally and Ureni? Have they got zombify? No, just more. Discard. Wow. Their graveyard is stacked. Well, let's Thunder and Falls. And let's Invasion. Go face. Go face. And we will attack down one. I just realised probably shouldn't have get the river region on top. Is this a posh pool? Yeah, because now they can get our River Regent. Wow. Yeah, okay, I think we are just dead. That was annoying because we weren't even slow. You know, we were going off. Well, we go first. Turn 2 up the beanstalk. And maybe a turn 3 Overlord and draw. Obviously we do need an untapped green. But I think then we just claim territory. Well, I think then we Overlord to draw and ramp. Two for one yourself, take out Overlord. Don't really mind that. We have plenty of other big boys. Well, let's get down our call then, seeing as they're not really doing anything. Don't think we need more lands. Or like a multicolour dragon. And then yeah, let's play out an archive. Dragons now do have indestructible. Well, there is a multicolour dragon. Yeah, let's just play out. Let's just play out Land of White Elves then. Yeah, our opponent scoops. Dragons having indestructible. And we... Because we would, you know, even if we transformed both our invasions, we would have had 3 red dragons. So even if we had Baitor, so we could have blue, red, white, black. We would need a green dragon to win. We go first. Seeing as we can't cast anything on turn 2 with the elves, maybe we just surveil turn 1. More land's always good for now. So they're artifacts. So this deck may just be too slow. Oh, come on. It's rare you see removal in an artifacts deck. Maybe they're not artifacts, but... Let's just do 4 to their face. Next turn we probably catch and coil. Coil and catch. Oh, it's mill. Okay, that's worse. They need Teresian Mindbreaker in the graveyard for the combo, which I don't have yet. We don't have any graveyard hate. We're also missing white mana for Jeskai Shrinekeeper and Call for Spirit Dragon. There we go, they figured out what to do. Now discard. Well, okay, Overlord's good. Fixes our mana up, so next turn we can call. Yeah, well... We are... So we can cast this. Bounce the monument. 1, 2... And then bounce the Enigma Jewel. But I think we were still too slow. Especially if I take out a River Regent. Alright. We'll attack them down. Draw a card, gain a life. They must have another monument. So I don't know why they didn't play it out. Yeah. And then we are dead. If we draw more lands, we're okay. There are more lands. Can beans. Into second beans. Wow, 3 Call for Spirit Dragons. Our opponent has 2 Restless Anchorages. Are they the Omniscience deck? I mean, we haven't got any graveyard hate, so if we are, we're screwed. Do 4 to their face. Would like a land. Well, we can play Scavenger Regent, but I would like a land for Betor. Does this just get countered? Or bounced? Playing a very similar deck that we were just playing. Or our previous deck. Their third Restless Anchorage. I mean, we'll take that. Always suspicious when they do a really bad attack. Scavenger Regent's Ward's not great. I say not great against control decks. We can call the Spirit Dragons. But I think we impend. Don't need a fourth one, thank you very much. We'll hold back because their life total is getting a bit low, and now we don't necessarily need the land and what else. Yeah, that's pretty strong. We will 100% block the whale. Problem is, this is now just getting countered, isn't it? Wow. Oh, not countered. But removed? Yeah. Hello Magic fans, and welcome back to a quick wrap up. So, yeah, this deck... You know, the point of Fancier Brew is to see if we can get janky decks that work, and reality is this deck doesn't really work. One, it's a creature-based deck, and as I've said multiple times before, the creature-based decks don't necessarily work, unless aggro decks don't work in Magic anymore. I'm not even going to say standard anymore, or the standard at the moment. I just think they're done in Magic, because standard now is so long, you know, we're always going to have 100+ ways to destroy a creature, let alone exile, remove, mass, you know, board wipes, blah blah blah. Relying on creatures hanging around just isn't going to work. And Call for Spirit Dragons being 5 mana makes sense, but dragons aren't a low cost creature. If this was, you know, you could play turn 1, 2, 3, 4 dragon, then Call for Spirit Dragons, give them more indestructible, buff them up. Great, but it's not. This is a, you know, you can get a dragon down maybe turn 4, and then if you've got the mana for Call for Spirit Dragons, then great, you can give it indestructible, but you still need to wait till the beginning of your next turn to get the counter value. Getting that extra win condition is just not going to happen in, I say, any 60 card format, really. What I think is also a miss is, in Alchemy, they have made a Kindred Dragon card. For those who know, Kindred used to be called Tribal. Essentially, they are non-creature cards with a creature type. So Dragon Typhoon in Alchemy has Kindred Enchantment Dragon, meaning anything that affects dragon spells affect the Kindred. Affects that card. You could make Call for Spirit Dragons a Kindred Dragon card as well, because then Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon could tap 1 mana of any card to cast a dragon spell. I didn't have Maelstrom in the original deck tech. I put it in because we have so many dragons, but reality is you probably can't cast Call for Spirit Dragons on turn 5 with it, which is incredibly frustrating. Also, because Core Spirit Dragon doesn't have any generic mana costs, it makes Llanowar Elves a bit worse. Yeah, if you Wastewood Verge, Llanowar Elves, and then turn on the other side, same with Hushwood Verge, that's great, but obviously that's less likely to happen. But yeah, it's just too slow. There needs to be some, more dragons at lower rarity, and there just aren't. We won some games from just being able to smash in or whatever, but yeah, I don't think we even got the counters on any dragons once, because it's an enchantment. There's a lot of enchantment removal as well, with things like Get Lost in the format, and yeah, it's also a bit win more. If you've got enough big dragons for Core Spirit Dragon to be worth it, then you're probably going to win anyway. So that's the deck. Let me know what you think about this new kind of series of kind of like janky brew decks. Obviously, not many wins in this video, and not many video gameplay of doing what we wanted to do, but I think you could be here for days and not get what you needed to do. So, but let me know what you think down in the comments. I've also recently launched a Patreon, which hopefully there'll be a message on the YouTube channel about, which will let you access this video and all videos a day earlier, depending on the level of membership you have. So please, if you feel like supporting me and the channel, I'm really trying to push the channel and progress with the channel and get to that next step. And the idea is I want to be able to do this full time, and I think Patreon is a good starting point for that. So please have a look at that, and if you are able to, and if you want to help the channel, please sign up. But in the meantime, hope you all enjoyed it, and I'm definitely going to do videos like this again. And in the meantime, I'll see you all in the next video.